I made a post this morning and I said it's one thing to be married for years and it's another thing to love yourself or like your partner in that number of years that you have been married. And someone came to my DM with a very important question that I know that a lot of you would love to hear the answer because you have been saying this same kind of thing in the comment section. Let me read her question. She now said, "Hey mama, good morning. I saw your post that said it's one thing to be married for years and it's another thing to still love your husband over the years." She now said, "Mama, my question is, what if this man wasn't well to do? Would you have still loved him still today? What if he was struggling and not earning much? Would you have still found him attractive? Mama, can you talk about this? Because some women think differently. They may feel that it's because your husband is well to do, providing all your needs. That is why you are still having that 100% love for him." Now, before I answer your question, let me let you know that I met my husband when he was 22 years old. We were talking. By then I was 17. No? How old was I? I was 18. And my husband seniors me with 4 years. I was 18 and he was 22. And as at 23 years old, my husband had bought his first car. When I met him, he was struggling his father's car. As at 23 years old, he has bought his first car. Now, I'm talking about a young man that during I know a lot of you don't know this about my husband, but during his days in the University of Calabar, he used to have different side hustles. He was an MC. He used to run pageantry. He used to do assignments. He used to hustle assignments for people. Listen, no, he used to provide people like for ushering gigs and all that thing. He brings them, and then did I mention that he owned a magazine that he used to also do? Then he used to do comedy shows. So he used to produce his own comedy tapes and sell these tapes. And then there is one side hustle that a lot of people, his friends, don't even know that he used to do. He used to wash cadaver. Side hustle. Like, he would leave after, small break from school. He would go and wash cadaver. Most of you don't know what cadaver is. Bodies in the mortuary. He used to be among those people that used to go and clean up the body, wash it, and they used to wash the bodies. So he was telling me how much they used to pay. Sometimes if it's a small body, 1,000, 1,500, depending. Sometimes as much as 2,000. Sometimes he would hustle and wash like 3 in a day just because he wants the whole money. And then girls will be waiting for him. MC, you promised us lunch. You say, wait, don't worry, I'm coming. You gotta use the money. I gotta take them out. I saw a very hardworking young man that has made up his mind that I will make it in this life. And I will make it a clean way, no crooked way. Now, apart from the fact that he was very hardworking, my husband is someone that is very passionate. He's very kind. If he meets you today and you're coughing, you're removing, something from your nose, you're sick, he will use his shirt and clean your nose, you that he does not know. If he's as kind to you, a stranger, what more the woman he loves? Another basis why I said, I'll be with this man, because I know how kind he is. Now, he was pushing me to succeed. He will ask me my goals, my aspirations. He'll be telling me, have you written your goals for the month? This new school semester, what are your plans? How do you want to navigate it? He will be disturbing me with plenty talk. I'm like, a tembok. I am just in my 80s. I never even reached 20. What do you want from me? Leave me alone. I just want to eat and go for lectures, do my assignments, submit on time, write my exams and pass and zero don't buck. But this man pushed me now. And then with my knowledge about the word of God, I know that when a man is diligent, he can never be broke. One, consistent, very hardworking. That kind of person can never be broke. I knew that. Now, another thing I was very sure of was the fact that when a man loves his wife and pushes her and tries to make sure that his wife succeeds, I know that kind of man can never go down because God respects this kind of men. So with my knowledge of the word of God and the wisdom that God has given me naturally when it has to do with relationship, which is what I do today, you understand, marriage, relationship, I knew that I was with a young man that can never be poor. We may have moments where things are very dry, but it cannot last. That's why I always beg you women, I say, find you a man. Yes, it is your choice. If people think that it's the men that used to choose wife, so you go choose the kind of papa you won't give your children. Find you a man that is worthy of you. Find you a man that is worthy of you. Find you one. And when I got this man, I was like, okay, perfect. And I will not lie and say it has always been smooth. We've had moments where things have been tight. We've had moments where things have not gone so greatly, but we have always come out. Now, to answer your question properly, would I respect my husband if he's broke? Hell yes, I will respect my husband even if he's broke. But one thing I want to assure you, because of the kind of man he is and the kind of favor I bring to his wife, to his life, I know that we may be broke for a little while, but not for long. Now the question is, have you carefully found a man that is the right fit for you and your destiny? Okay, I'm going to work out. Join me and let me know in the comment section if you're satisfied with my answer.